Okay, we're here for part 2 of the stream, and full day here. Great music so far. A couple of long listens that have been very, very cool. Like it didn't tax me. Some great music has come through in the first half. So this time around, we are going to be ramping ourselves back up, picking up on our donos from the Abbacado Nation. That was it, Abbacado Nation show here, and so we're going to start with a double A. Wants, oh, of course he wants this band. It wouldn't be double A if he didn't want this band. This is, let me make sure. I want to make sure. This is a bit of a listen here, but this is Between the Sheets and the Buried and Me, and the name of the song is Turn on the Darkness. It's a Spotify link. Okay, great. So in honor of the fact that I'm seeing BTBAM live and seeing this entire album and Alaska, here you go, sir. Hope everything is well, including the waves. Same to you, double A. You don't come by here as often as you used to, but every day we appreciate you. Every day I open up this form, I think about you. And for all the avocados out there, all the cados, every time they open up the form, inadvertently they think about you and the hard work that you've done along with the rest of the mods here on this form. Okay, guys, here we go. This is going to be a... Let me see here how I can do this. I'm going to do it this way, so give me a second, guys. See how well this works here. Okay. Wow. Okay, you guys ready? It's this whole thing, right, double A? Just want to make sure. Because when it comes up with the big fat playlist like this, I'm not too sure. Because I'm not really that good at darkness. Turn on the darkness song, you say. Oh, I see. All right, I understand. Thank you for being patient because I didn't hit the green button. I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are helping old man through it. I'm waiting for 1 a.m. to drop his old man emote on me. I know. Thank you for being patient because I was being the avocado. Here we go. What the fucking, but the son of a falamapa chalalafana? The hell? Give me a second. There we go. Now I got it. Just in time, 1 a.m. Super loco. Everybody's laughing at me. Not anymore. Let's do this. This is Turn on the Darkness, Between the Buried and Me. Special song request from double A. Whoosh. Why? What's happening? What is happening here? Play. The hell? What's going on? I'm hitting the green button. Wait a second. Oh, I see. Wait. I see what's going on. Stand by. Stand by. Hang on. Hang on. I can't log into this one. This is a, wait a second. Just give me a second. I'm going to do it this way. Can I get wait, I can do it this way. Wait, hang on, turn up. Just stand by for 1 second. I'm going to try one last thing. Just because that's what I do. Just give me a second. Okay, here we go. Let me do it this way, right? What do you mean something went wrong? Don't give me that something went wrong, bullshoon. Oh my God. Thank you, Turnip. I tried. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, that sounds like it's it. All right, stand by. I am the worst yet. I got to practice on the whole Spitify thing. So hang on for a second. Let me just get back into it. This is such a horror story. I'm sorry, Double A. Well, stop. Why? You just making me it is worth the whole donation right here. It's just me not getting my teeth aligned. What a day is right. Let's do this. All right. Turnip for the win.
The winters grieve evenly, flickering moments engage our senses, slowly trembling inventing.
I wonder what the guitar tuning is.
They won't take notice, dragging feet. Will time notice me?
So there's a piano behind that.
Backs on ourselves, nothing inside. I see a flaming road in the distance.
Oh, shit.
The journey goes towards my direction. A wealth of moving light. They now seek
I really love the cheesy mono synth back there. Pseudo mono. Pseudo.
Where do you drift from, sir? This land is for those who have lost. Where humanity has passed its course.
This is a trip.
All that's left. Why go from a movable past? But does it future is in my grasp? You will survive this fate. Trust the man you guys. Take me with your blood.
Oh. I like that little Phrygian modal thing there. This is what's great about this, using that tone of voice in a very less than overdriven guitar arrangement. Very unique blend right there. Ooh, that had a little bit of Guthrie Govan dynamic there. Right there. I like how they straightened it out for us just for a little bit, just to get us back on course rhythmically. God, listen to the cymbal and the ride work. I love the strings that are in unison with that background. Bust out that tip jar. I love the quiet little shaker, keeping it straight for us. Good.
I'll put your mind at ease. Our breath disrupts their flames. We walk through their walls. Life exists apart.
Listen to that bass.
Welcome to our journey. Please walk with me. I'll put your mind at ease. Our breath disrupts their flames. We walk through their walls. Life exists apart from this. Long road drifts on and on. This lone world drifts on and on.
A little spiky 2500 snip boost to the kick. I thought there was going to be a different change in that, but this is badass. Oh shit, I was hoping to make some cut time something in there. I was getting all pumped. I didn't even want it to end. Between the Buried and Me, it's just, every time any song shows up on the playlist here at Twitch, AA, and, you bring it in pretty hot quite a bit. It's just an extraordinary ride. You were talking about the engineering, and that was what, when I said, God, I love what's happening here. So when he got into the deeper part of, the grindcore, screaming, metally voice that he had there, it was such a different texture compared to how the mix was set. So the mix was a very clean mix, and there wasn't a lot of dicking around with delays and reverbs going on there, as much as there was detailed musicianship that called out the stereo dynamics. So instead of relying on delays or reverbs to give us the essence of having this experience, a stereo experience, they were just wrought with like incredible arrangements, like they do though. So I'm not surprised about that. And they give us so much to think about here, you know, when it loads up right in the middle of the brain here and makes our joy cells go, that when he comes in with that grindy voice of his, it actually does have a little reverb on it. And it settles in a very weird place that didn't disrupt, for me, the experience of listening to it. You know, it didn't make me go, oh, what's that? Oh, how, you know, and even in the few seconds that it might pull you out of that listening zone of like, oh, what's that? Hell, you know, then you kind of lose a little track of what the track's doing. In this case, I found it to be just an incredibly well-positioned choice for him to go into that throaty performance of his and how it just fit right in the mix. The rest of it is Between the Buried and Me. I mean, what more do you say than these guys are just, you know, absolute... they're not even trendsetters. They are their own genre. Between the Buried and Me and the other one, Avenged Sevenfold, and artists like that, you just have to sit back and just say, what's the experience they're going to give us? And this was released 9 years ago, so this is my first listen to this particular track. But this is actually, from what I can remember, one of my bigger standout tracks from them, you know. And of course, they always have an amalgamation of different styles, and you know, it's like I said, it's just an incredible journey. I can't talk about their musicianship because I already have. We know they're brilliant. It's just a matter of like, oh God, it's just, you know what it's like. It's just like knowing that you're gonna eat a filet mignon. And so you already know that the base of your experience is going to be set on this just incredible cut of meat. And then they decide to put just a little bit of this, just a little bit of that. And then they cut it in the middle and they inject a little bit of this, and you just go. It kind of reminds me sometimes, I don't know why I'm on a foodie trip on my explanation, but it kind of reminds me sometimes when you open a box of chocolates and you get that one you don't know and you bite into it. And how, you know, like guys, the one with and gals, the one that has the cherry in it and the sauce drips out and you're like, oh shit. Oh, that's like the experience for me. I don't know if there's any better way to put it. So thanks, Double A. And it's also great to see you here, truly. Excuse me. So I hope you're doing well. Send my best to the family. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I'm sorry if Double A has been doing double time in managing me. And, you know, making sure I stay in my old man crib with my depends tightly noosed. Because I keep on going, oh, what'd I do? Oh, what'd I do? Oh, what'd I do? So it's good to see you here, man. It's nice. It's nice to yeah, I got the smile on my face. I know Double A's here. All right. Next up is Lacrimosa. Oh, you're kidding me, Lacrimosa. One of my favorite bands of all time, people. Supertramp. And the name of the song is Crime of the Century. This is a live performance. And gonna hijack this message to ask a question. Jeeves, what is the first record you bought completely on your own volition? It's gonna have to be Deep Purple Stormbringer. That was the very first album that I bought. Like I went, oh, I'm gonna save my $6, and that's the one that I bought. The next album after that I bought, God, it was hard because my friend's dad was part of the record industry, so we got a lot of demo copies of albums back in the day. Would have to be Eric Johnson's instrumental, the one that made him really famous. I forgot the title name of that one. So, yeah, that... Excuse me. So yeah, that would be my answer to that. Oh, anyhow, I forgot we're doing a thing. The second half is great as each piece of the arrangement gets added individually. All right, let's do that. Dink, 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 dink. Oh, turn up, that's funny.
And now they're blaming the crime of the century. Oh yeah, what will it be? Read all about the field. So roll up and see
Why does he have a Joe Cocker kind of vibe to his voice right now, doesn't he?
how they really burn. How they burn the
Rush on that fill there.
world. Who are these men of lust, greed, and glory? Rip off the mask and let's see. But that's not right. Oh no, what's the story? Look, there's you and there's me.
Yeah, you don't see that grip often. Yeah, think about it now, and all these guys are playing off of stage monitors, man. Not the fancy earbuds that they use now. For those of you who know this song, whether it's this version or the recorded version, how old were you when you first heard it? You remember? Yeah, this is a Supertramp that I am very fond of. Especially in the middle of sax. I mean sax in the middle of the song. The kick snare, the kick sound though is so bold. Super sax. What a
Do
great
you
track.
speak English?
Oh my God.
Good. How are you?
He speaks English with an accent, trying not to have an accent while speaking English to a foreign audience. Gotta love that, Supertramp. Just a great nostalgic song. In my mind, I was already thinking back where I was when I was listening to it. That's what this does for me. Like I say, though, I love listening, La Cremosa, I love listening to the live version of it, too, because it was just such a whole different era of playing music live, you know, off of stage monitors and stuff like that. So there was the, you know, the human element between the drums and the piano, that just made it even more livelier, if you would, than if it was like maybe played to a click track in a set of, you know, ear, whatever they call the ear hand phone type things. But nostalgically, it's anytime I listen to Supertramp, it brings me back to, like, I'm going to have to say some of the just better days of my life. You know, and so when I saw that come up, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It just does. It's very nostalgic. But of course, one of my favorite songs was, you know, "It's a Long Way Home." Do 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 ba ba da 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 da. What was the name of that? Was the name of that "Long Way Home"? No, I forgot what the name of that one was. But right now, I'm just I let my brain slip for a second. I'm just like, yeah, because I remember that, man. Those are good days. The kind of days where you wake up in the morning and you drive to the gas station, fill up my VW bus with gas, get a bag of red hot pork rinds, some chocolate milk, and a chocodile, and go surfing and eat that for breakfast, and then paddle out and surf. Just, yeah. Thank you so much for that. You just put me down right, you know, memory lane. All right, that's right. Take the long way home. That's right. Was that? Yeah, that was what you were saying there. Yeah, take the long way home. Yeah, today's been the Jeeves Lord Day. Yeah, I had a VW bus, man. I had the full Jeff Spicoli VW bus, and except I ripped and gutted everything out in the back so I can carry surfboards, and I had one little mattress back there so I can layer the surfboards with my friends. I said lay your surfboards, not lay her. Lay your surfboard, just in case you guys go there. Okay, next. Stop while I'm ahead. Bwahaha. Next up, hot chicken. Oh, hot chicken and diapers up next. Let's change the subject matter. So next up, we have a track. Hot chicken and diaper wants us to check out a band called Yuna. Yuna, and the song is "Someone Out of Town," and the request message is just close your eyes and enjoy the ride. All right, this is from Hot Chicken and Diaper. The artist is Yuna and "Someone Out of Town." All right. Voice sounds familiar.
Oh my God, I see you clearly now. In my dreams, you're here with me somehow. Call my name and I will make a sound. Someone out of town. Who is the stranger? I should be scared, could be dangerous. I should prepare for this. I wish I didn't fall so hard for you.
What a great track.
You walk by, but you don't see me. Slow motion and so gracefully.
There is a little bit of that Emojin seep, frou-frou.
My friend, and I'll show you around. I'm in love with someone out of town.
This is where minimalistic backing tracks really serve its purpose so that the melody can really be the melody.
Scared could be dangerous. I should prepare for this. I wish I didn't fall so hard for you.
Oh, Hot Chick in a Diaper. That was a beautiful, beautiful track. Let me set it up here. Stand by. Just get it right. What a beautiful track. I was literally, as you said, I just laid back and I just wanted to soak it in. But what was beautiful about it was I can't help but listen to music the way I do. So when I start listening to it, even though I say to myself, okay, just like let it plunge into my hemispheres, my brain hemispheres, I couldn't help but how beautifully minimalistic the supporting arrangements were to it. Very poignant stuff, but it was almost as if that song could have just managed itself a cappella without any support. She has such a beautiful tone to her voice. But I did appreciate some of the other, like at a time there was one little percussive thing, and then the background arrangement was just the melody from the backing voice, or the second arrangement, la la la. La, 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 whatever was going on back there, which really allows the melody and the power and the spirit of the melody to come through. So it was a beautiful track, man. I definitely was like, yeah, you're right. You just need to sit back and enjoy this. And badass. I've never heard of this artist, Yuna. Doing fairly well. 600 and almost 700,000 subscribers. And this particular song garnered her 1 million views so far. So, and very well worth it. Great track. Thank you so much. That was killer. It wasn't very much the palate cleaner that I needed in my brain to continue on. Thank you so much. And it's always good to see you here, not see you here, because you come in, you do this, you leave. I don't know. What do you think? You come in, you get about a hot chick in a diaper. What do you come on? Next up, Senor Rui. Senor Rui, and then Insanctia, and then Hendren Blur, and the Coral Reefer. So let's see what Senor Rui wants. Senator Wee, maybe that's what I'll change it. This month celebrates the 20th anniversary of the album With Teeth. So I wanted to come in with a live performance of my favorite song off the album, although You Know What You Are comes in a very close second. With an equal badass live performance available on YouTube. Screw it. I'll just request that one next time. So there's a great visual display when Reznor smashes the projection screen in sync with the start of the loud coda. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't tell you what song it was that we're playing. I just realized that. So Senor Rui wants us to listen to Beside You in Time, 9 Inch Nails. Let's do this. All right. Ooh, live. It's a great way to bring everybody in. What I love about this performance is his voice. It's like the root, it's the through note with the changes. He's staying in this little pocket. Everything right about here. A little grind bend on the guitar there. I love that. Stage surfing. Oh wow, what a trip. Well done. Great imaging. What a signature move. There's a thing about Trent Reznor. Well, there's the Trent Reznor work that he does when he releases his own stuff, and then there's the Nine Inch Nails work that he does. And just like when artists cross over and do their own things or even join other bands, you can always hear where their influences are. One of the things that Trent Reznor is excellent at doing is building from what you might consider a very mellow pattern and bringing up very unique sound designs or tones through it as he builds it up. The whole thing, I think it was in the key of... Was that G? Anyhow, it was in one key. The drone through it was da, ba, da, da, da. We heard it all the way through, and then in his melody he carried that. And what these tracks do is they just allow, it just envelops you, whether you're there live or you're listening to Nine Inch Nails. And it's just a very unique way of composing that if you have the patience, this is where the magic is. I don't have the patience to write in that particular style. If you have the magic of patience, then you can create the amazing bits of work or pieces of work or body of work, sorry, that Trent Reznor has with Nine Inch Nails. That's my vibe about it, you know. And then he likes to take all these real experimental chances with other, you know, things that he'll do with weird snare sounds and stuff like that. In general, this is what makes Trent Reznor or Nine Inch Nails that sound, without a doubt. So yeah. Thank you very much. Oh. Okay. I'm going to refresh my how do you do here really quick. Yeah, you know what I mean, Senor Rui? It is. It's a song that actually pulls you in slowly, 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 slowly. And then as the way he performs it, you know, vocally, he stayed in that little comfortable melodic pocket I was talking about earlier. And you know, composers and musicians like that just know how to give you the time it takes for something to penetrate right through here and then keep you pulling through it. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying. So... SB, yes, I see it now. I see what you did here. Okay, thank you 1 a.m. for massaging that through the system. I appreciate that. So you're actually here, SB. You're right on the how do you do cusp. And so the boosty did boost. All right. So SB wants us to listen to a band called Citadel featuring Monique Pym. The song is Incomplete. I mean, that's the song name. Incomplete, not that the song's incomplete. I made it, LOL. I don't remember what I wrote for the first time. Probably something about I've seen them twice, and that Monique Pym is the vocalist from Reliqua, who I've requested several times before. Enjoy. Alrighty, everybody. This is from SB. You know she's bringing it in hot. Dare I say it? At very least. Relica. Thank you. Oh, I really love what they're doing here in production. Snare work. God, I love this cut time. It's crushing. That background vocals soaring back there. Great background vocals here. What a great sound of the guitars there. What happened there? They finally hit that 8th string. Oh, the drummer. All those ghost notes in there. Nice warm neck tone on that guitar lead. Ooh, some soul and spirit for the lead, instead of just ripping it. Wow. Layering the dirt with the clean female voice in the other one. Ooh, that was tricky. that fill. I love that the drummer's finishing off on square. One, two, three. You're saying the last time you saw this band was in a small little bar. These guys deserve to be smoking it and at least a 2,500 seater plus. This sounded phenomenal. A lot of work went into production on this. That 3-tone layering of that one little section of the vocals was outstanding. Never heard anything like that. Or if it's happened in the past, it wasn't engineered like that, and I thought that was so freaking standout. And the tone of the guitars and those riffs were just sick as shit. I definitely was not expecting that punchiness of a sound. There was a section there where I was like, "Oh, what happened there? Were they hiding the lowest note on the guitar? Because it sounded like they dipped down another 3.5 steps to hit those big ballsy zeros down at the bottom." It was outstanding. These guys are phenomenal. Now, the band, I guess, is named Citadel. And like I said, it's worthy of ginormous amount of listens and stuff. But unfortunately, I guess it's only 437 views. How could that be? It was a month ago. Well, let them know that I did How Do You Hear, and just you tell them that they deserve, in my opinion, to actually be smoking, because that was just a phenomenal track. I was in it to win it so many times. And the musicianship's outrageous. The drummer also did some crazy stuff. And actually, what I loved about the drummer is he didn't hide his ghost notes too much. I know that sounds kind of weird, but he kind of let him kind of keep up what I would consider 50% of the velocity, instead of that kind of stuff where you can be a little. That wasn't the rhythm it was, but. That was, no, I love it. As a matter of fact, hang on for a second. I'm going to put it on my list. Okay, cool beans. Thanks, SB. Always appreciate seeing you here, one of my usual suspects. How far away are you from a complete 140K redeem session? I'm definitely going to have to get my ears all warmed up for that one. I know what you're going to be throwing. I'll be feeling the heels of people in the mosh pits hitting me in the head probably with that particular listen. Next up, 6K. Oh, jeez, okay. I'll be ready for it. Next up, Incentia. And Incentia wants us to check out... Lagwagon. Is that the name of the band? Lagwagon? The song is The Kids Are All Wrong. May 16th. I don't know what that means. Here it is. May 16th at its core is about one of Joey's vocalist childhood's best friends who was about to get married. And they had a falling out beforehand. Joey woke up in an apartment overlooking the park where the wedding was held, not attending. I'm extradited, uninvited. It's just another Saturday. Oh, what a bummer. May 16th every year brings me back to the roots of my alternative music journey. 11-year-old me spending way too much time on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 instead of studying. No, you weren't the only one. You just knew you'd pull the sickest combos when the song came on. Happy Lagwagon Day, the day when all Lagwagon fans revisited May 16 and reminisce about the past and the rise of one of the best punk rock bands ever to do it. Okay, Incentia, bringing it here to the Abbacados. Let's do this. This is the band Lagwagon, and the name of the song is The Kids Are All Wrong, May 16th. All right.
cars and
You know, just with that chord change, it's gonna go down.
till it's gone.
Somewhere it's coming.
Heroes die off every day like fathers
Nice warm tones on the guitar.
would never stay. The kids are all wrong.
Sounds like it could be an open tune.
The kids are all wrong. They're full of their hopeless opinions. The kids are all wrong. The kids are all wrong.
Oh, that's where I recognize it from. It is a little creep, isn't it? Little mini jump scare.
No more waiting on them. As you rise inside your rooms, it's official. You've gone. You can live for no one else, man. The
I love how punky and boiled down the track is, but his voice, it's got this clean tone for right now. I like how there is, they hit you in the head with the punk, but they pull back with something like this, kind of pops it out a little bit, kind of cruises into a little bit of a pop element.
Take one step to freedom. You enter against this cruel world. Take a breath of shelter that exhale trust and allegiance. Liberate yourself from hell. It's just another Saturday. Just another Saturday.
What's happening here on this side with the guitar? Man. Little small room sound on this. That was a great track. The backstory was kind of tough. May 16th. It seemed like it was kind of a sad moment. Love the track. I love the voice. I think for me, the production was great. It had the punk edginess that you kind of warned us about that it would definitely have. But the fact that the vocals didn't get into a little bit more of a punky, grindier tone kind of kept it really accessible for me. So, and the melody worked out really great. But and also the work on the guitar. I love it that's the one thing I've learned about punk musicians, is that they have a really good sense of harmonic arrangements, even though a lot of the music is fast like that. When they do the, like, you know, octave stuff, they come up with some really clever sub-melodies, if you would, or arrangements, you know, that carry. And also something else I've learned about punk, or maybe it's a certain type of punk. It's quite melodic, if I do say so my damn self. You know, I find it to be really melodic. You know, some of the earlier stage stuff, I'm not too sure I can, you know, if I have a grind on that, but, you know, SoCal punk also, I guess you're right too. You guys were saying it was like skater punk. And I believe for you punk aficionados, is skater punk kind of representative of Southern California skate culture? I mean, I guess truly when you think skateboarding in the 60s and the 70s, that's where we were doing it. You know, Dogtown guys, so Jay Adams, Polar Bear, and those guys. Actually, Polar Bear from Dogtown was a sander in a surfboard factory I used to work at, where I used to do the finishing coats. And then we would go to the Ventura Endless Wave and skate inside the bowls there, or we would go into some of the pools in the back of West Hills that we found. There was this one place we used to skate called the Hag Bowl. It was called the Hag Bowl because we found this killer pool with insane transition. Because that's what you did in the 70s. You kind of looked over, you know, wherever you could see the little hole in the curb. Okay, here comes some Jeeves surf floor. You ready for this? Okay. So how we would check for pools is that back in the day, if there was the big hole in the curb, that means it was an outlet for a lot of times for pools to be pumped out or cleared. So we look for that. Goes, oh look, check, there's one over there. Then you look around to see if it's really manicured. Most likely the pool was good. If the house wasn't really manicured, it's possible that the pool could have been drained. So we found one, and the transition was phenomenal. I mean, it was phenomenal transition, if you know what, if that means as a skater. And, you know, these are the days when the Sims wheels were small. You had the Chicago trucks, you know, and just barely got into the packed bearings and stuff. Anyhow, so we looked over and it had a death box in it. So the death box was insane. For those of you who don't know what a death box is, that's a sitting spot at the deep end of the pool that would crease in. So if you were doing forevers or continuations or something like that, you'd have to get it past the death box. So you'd either tape over it. And the same thing with the light. So we looked at it, nobody was there. We went in the backyard. Windows, curtains are constantly closed and stuff. So we just said, let's just go. Clear, 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 clear. Skate, 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 skate. And then all of a sudden, this lady, she had to have been about 75 years old, came out and she goes, now you boys, we thought we were going to get lickings. But she goes, now you boys, you be careful, okay? Don't hurt yourself. If you get hurt, I got a phone here. Don't get hurt. And then forever it was called Hag Bowl. That was, you know what I mean? That's what it was. So it was called Hag Bowl. That was part of, that's a big part of my memories, man, is in hitting that. Because we thought we were going to get completely, like, I thought she was going to call the cops and we were going to have to scram, which was a big thing in skater culture, right? You find a pool, you skate in it until somebody, you know, gets pissed off or something. And she was really nice and had great coping. The coping was really smooth, so... yeah, too bad we didn't have cell phones or pictures or videos at the time. There's some Jeeves lore there for you. Ah, the Hag Bowl. Such memories. Hendeblur, you're up next, my friend. Hendeblur wants us to listen to a song from the band Kaneko. Kaneko. The name of the song is Lucky. Apparently, this is part of a much larger video. This is a really cool group that used to be a solo artist with a consistent backing band, but recently official became a full band with a couple members changed. The new band name is just the singer's first and last name together to keep the previous name recognition. They just released their first album, and as a band, this song is from a YouTube live show they did for their release. It should be linked to the song, which starts at 37 minutes and will end at 43 minutes. This song is pretty experimental for them and is an amazing guest has amazing guest percussionist. They do an especially cool intro for the live version that is on the studio cut. Okay, Hendeblur, this is it. This is for you. The band is Kaneko, and the song is Lucky. Let's go. Love, love, live musicians. little bit of a dazed and confused kind of vibe. I thought I had a funk note in the guitar. It's like a reggae dazed and confused. This is just a vibe, man. I'm just cruising to it. Come on, don't forget to smoke the glass before you put that in there, though. Ah, what a great listen. What an intro for a track. She has a hell of a floor rig. I noticed that Hendler, especially with her, kicking out at different tones with her guitar work. That chord caught me off guard. just a little bit of Bjork there. Endebler, this was a great track. This was such a vibe. It was super vibey, and the thing is that the beginning, like I said, it took like a minute and a half to get in there, and or get the track moving. But I just kind of like that, you know. I don't care that it took a minute to get into the beginning of the song. It was just setting you in that kind of smoky vibe. When Amon said, you know, get the 12-year scotch out, totally. Like, I fully got it when he said that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what we're doing. Some Glenfiddich, 12 years, single, cube, or neat. I don't know. But in its true abstract kind of way, the uniqueness of the not quite settled tonality of her vocals, or the not quite settled patterns of the instrument arrangements, is what makes that all kind of come together and work. It's a very weird thing. It's almost like if you look at it, it's almost like this reminds me of questioning how a bumblebee flies. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to, but it does. So shut up and enjoy it, or it'll sting you. That's just kind of what I'm saying. But I really enjoyed it. And also, too, I want to just roll back really quick. Excuse me. She has one hell of a foot pedal set up there. I mean, when you were talking about the tone shifting, a lot of it was just her. You know, going in between the darker and a little bit more of the shoegazy kind of vibe. Hey, shoegazy, how you doing? That's a shoegazy. So, anyhow, we don't have a bumblebee emote, do we? You know, I'm sorry. But Hendenbler, thanks. That was cool beans, and thank you for being so patient. Next up, a Coral Reefer is in the house. Coral Reefer wants us to check out a track called Odesza. Oh, I'm sorry, the band is Odesza. The song is Above the Middle. That's what my ex-girlfriend used to say. This is one of the... God, I can't believe it. I just put that together and go, that came out so all sorts of wrong. Jesus. Now you can see my bald spot. You know when it gets bad and I dip my head bad enough, you get the bald spot out of that. This is one of Odesza's early tracks on their first album. Such a chill vibe to listen to, and I can see why they blew up in SoundCloud when they first came out with this album. So I look forward to that. Ooh, SoundCloud's having its problems right now. Did you guys hear what's going on over there at SoundCloud? Okay, I won't throw the juju on there. I'll maybe save for after that. So once again, this is Odesza, and the name of the song is Above the Middle. Let's go. I love this. It's making my cerebral horizons kind of pong off each other. so digging the vibe on this. Oh man, I was just thinking of that. Because I'm seeing myself stim. I so appreciate the low end of what's happening between the bass and the kick. But really listen closely to that hi-hat and snare. It's got a good stereo width to it. And it's also sizzling with a little bit of a saturation. Well, now they took out the snare as well. God, what a great track. I shit you not. As far as just letting me feel it and peel it back in here, I guess I was kind of bobbing in a stimming pool of joy there. I was just like, but you know what was really unique about that is it was doing that pulsating thing again. I think, I don't know if it was Lisa or SB who was helping me understand how you get that pulsing kind of vibe out of, it seems sometimes it's a mix or something that's going in there, but it wasn't really intrusive. It wasn't over the top. It was just like a touch of it. And the tones of the bottom, the kick and whatever that low bass line they had going on there was engineered so well, you know? So I felt like I was being lured lulled into kind of just like a warm trance, like through molasses in a kind of OnlyFans kind of way. But I'm just saying, it was just so chill and so laid back. And like I said, the other thing is too, is just technically, as I'm talking about the engineering, just the way that snare and the hi-hat, they just really did overplay. Maybe they actually used a stereo imaging plugin, because we do have plugins like that. You know, there's something that is, there's a stereo imager in the Wave plugins package. It's pretty mind-numbing. You could take a real numb-sounding mono and run it through that and set the percentages of the stereo imaging. And it's tricky. It's a tricky sound. It's not like you're going to get purity out of it. There's going to be artifacts in it, but some of the artifacts actually play into it, you know, when you do stuff like that. So, but that was a very kind of like, oh, I'm feeling so, feeling so good. I feel so good. I don't know why I feel so good. I just listen to music. I feel so good. Let me be. I listen to my music. Oh. DJ Tambor, are you still here? DJ Tambor wants us to listen to, oh, is this a new one? Hey guys, okay, this is it. I heard about this. I was warned about this, but Doom just released a new game, I think, called The Dark Ages. The name of the song is Unchained Predator, but from what I understand, it's not the same composer. Well, I think Judgment Kazi is the one that, yeah, he did. I'm not sure who the composer is. It doesn't say here. I know the other one was by Embroiled and Embattled, phenomenal composer, Mick Gordon. So apparently that ran its course. So those are some heavy shoes to step into. So, but I won't listen to that with those set of ears. Okay, so here we go, guys. From the brand new release of Doom, The Dark Ages, the name of the track is Unchained Predator. Let's go. I guess it says it's composed by Finishing Move. Maybe that's a synonym or Sanamani or Sunmun. staying close to the formula. Super dark, super heavy, super safe. Obviously, the track we're listening to has to be going to gameplay. Because I've never played Doom, but Okay, here we go. I was waiting for something like this to step away from a little bit of the square action. Oh, this is a menu. Okay. Ooh, did you hear it? Da, 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 da. Remember when we talked about notes like that? Big wall of guitar sound. Big fat layering there. That's some great cinematic sound design stuff going on there. The title of this is Unchained Predator. Nice filter up in here, this filter sweep up. All right, I'm going to say it. It was a very safe arrangement. And first of all, what sounds great is the intense layering of everything they were using with sound design. building it up, you know, from some of the, what I really enjoyed were the areas where it got really quiet and they pulled in some really super cool sweep work, filtered work of the synth sounds and everything. The guitar tones obviously are layered with synths. That's nothing new. Mick Gordon used to do stuff like that. But I will say one thing is that what I said to myself, okay, I'm going to listen to this. I'm not going to think of Mick. I just think in my gut, when I say the safe composition, is that I think, like, for instance, the drum work and stuff like that was very straightforward and stuff like that. I think somewhere along the line, I wanted to hear something a little more mellow death, core, genty riff, rhythmical, abstract, you know, instead of I think I wanted to hear a little bit more of like, you know, something that would have changed it up, that if you're going to stay in these particular patterns, and myself, I probably would have leaned into a little bit more. It says, okay, if this is what we're going to stay with, then in each one for myself, I think I'm going to give it a little bit more now of a darker riff. I'm going to step out of the tone a little bit, you know, and circle back into it, or kind of be outside of the box, you know, kind of a thing. But as far as a super dark, toasted, skull-burning soundtrack for what I imagine is probably really incredibly designed, you know, gaming physics for Doom, hands down, that nails it to the wall. I guess you guys also said this was a menu, so I found that to be, and that was the other thing. I was kind of digging for some kind of a melody or something that would make me kind of like, where's the leitmotif kind of vibe. But it kind of sounds like I wasn't supportive of this, and I'm not being a dick here. I'm just saying I just felt like it was a safe passage, you know, kind of composition. That's all. I don't know. And maybe it could be, as I'm saying this, maybe it could be the composers going, let's play it safe. Because no way, shape am I saying that that's all they could do. Maybe they made a decision to play it safe, you know. So, but yeah, I think I went there. So I did it. Oh, it's not the menu. Okay, somebody said it was the menu. I'm sorry. So, excuse me. Okay, so let's continue on. Orenai, how are you? Oh my God, this list is huge. Orenai, here we go, Orenai. This is an artist called 21 Pilots. The song is Navigating. And the message is, not sure if you've ever done this one before. Well, if you're not sure, neither am I, because I think I've done more than 30 songs since I've started streaming 2 years ago. So let's go. Orenai, by the way, how are you? It's good to see you through here. Here we go. I don't know, this is giving me a little Debo vibes. It's like a little Devo with Wall of Voodoo.
I can't seem to turn the page. This haze around my face makes me feel all alone.
I like the messing around with the hi-hat pattern. I mean, obviously it's a trap pattern, but in the back.
self-esteem.
This is a great marriage of what I consider to be the best sounds of the 80s, with a little bit of the punk dirt to it. Great melody. This was just released 11 months ago, according to YouTube, on their channel. I like that kind of shoegazy guitar work. You know, you keep doing that and it rings out.
To your question, if you really want to know what I'm thinking, kind of feels like everybody leaves.
There's an element of the melody left in an arrangement way in the back.
Just lost his mom, I think that everybody leaves. Now I'm trying to hold on to you cause everybody leaves. Pardon my delay, I'm navigating my head.
I like that nosy sound of the bass.
I'm navigating my head. Give me some advice. I am wasting all this time. My pardon my delay. I'm navigating my head. Disassociate. I'm navigating.
But that, I think that's clever. So it's a two-part hook, and each one of them are really super hooky. You know what I'm trying to say. Was that it? What are they doing here? I'm gonna watch it. A little miniature. All right. Oranai. That was a super fun track. Oh, that's a crappy stop. How about this right here? There we go. But like I said, it had these elements that did remind me of some of the 80s style Euro bands, Euro pop rock bands. But obviously, stepped forward. They really grinded forward with the guitar a little bit more. The bass sound was all kind of super saturated, really nosy kind of vibe. But in my head, and that's all that counts, and what makes a good song is what I can remember, which is da 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 da. So the hook's in my head already. So as a composition, as a song, it was extremely well written, and I love the fact that we had in the hook there was almost like a little bit of a separation between the first, I'll say the first 4 bars had its own melody and a very unique thing. Da 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 da. I was like, that's a killer little hook there. That's a, you know, with how they were playing with their lyrics rhythmically in the melody, and then they kind of glassed it off in the second half. Very musical, is what I say. Oranai, thank you so much. How you doing? Come in and say hi now and then. I know it's it's getting late for a lot of people right now, but I'm still going, guys. I hope you don't mind. I'm still going. Saitama 333, you are up now, and you want us to check out a song from, let me see, the band is called Cloaks, and the name of the song is One More Night. So this is from one of our Avocados, Saitama 333. So you guys know where you can get your videos. I just say it every once in a while. If you miss your videos and stuff like that, there is the fully unabridged version that gets put up on Odyssey, and then there's the one that I kind of snip out to clean up a little bit of the things that I might not be wanting to say out there all the time. Put that up on the YouTube channel. All right, guys, here we go. This is Cloaks, One More Night. All right. I love the swimming phase on it. It's like the drum kit is purposely oversaturated off a compressor. What I love this is the tone of his voice, compressed, saturated, but the ambiance with the delay and the reverb, crystal clear. Great decision with the engineering. What a great bass sound. It's like a Moog with the filter roll off on the highs. Oh, that was it? Oh, bummer. Oh, I was really getting into that track. I was really digging it. It had, you know, so the technical expression through that with the engineering was what I was talking about earlier. It sounded like one of two things could be happening here. See, and this is now, it got into my head. So now when I'm like listening to music, I start to wonder, since that other style that I was telling you at the very beginning of the stream that I've been made aware of, that there are composers and songwriters that use, you know, endless packages of samples that they can, you know, key shift, tempo shift, and stuff like that, and you assemble this. So sometimes I wonder, I go, is that a kit that played a loop live, and then they went and they processed it, and then it almost sounded like they forced the distortion over a compression channel. You know, if you know, right? So you can go ahead and run the output of that. When it starts to slam the top, it'll give you that kind of that saturated, distorted kind of vibe to it, and then you can control the EQ on it if it's kind of set up on its own bus, if you would, and then you use the output from that as the master for that grouped sound, or that, let's just say that track. And the same thing with the vocals that I said earlier that I really enjoyed, which is you got that rusty, saturated, over compressed vocal thing going on, but yet the reverb and the delay on it is crystal clean. So that, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? That abrupt difference, for lack of better words, was very appealing. And then the other thing is, I still can't get away from the fact that in my head, since I think I'm becoming a really big shoegaze fan lately, because I've been listening to it on my own without being prodded by anybody, and I'm like really digging it. That a lot of that stuff that, you know, when they're strumming the guitars in eighths and just letting it all kind of tie together, no mutings, no stops and stuff, and then you're letting all the reverb do the rest of the work, is such a unique sound. It's a really big pull sound. It's two chords. It was two chords these guys were going in and out. And it was only 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Could have gone on another 2.5 minutes. I would have been happy. You know? You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling. The Kebab Seller is up next. And the Kebab Seller did drop by. He did say hi very quick, and then he dipped out. So he wants us to hear some music from the OST, from a game OST called Metin, M-E-T-I-N, Metin 2, Enter the East. Sliding in for a quick donut before bed. Oh, that's what he does. So when I start my stuff, he's going to sleep for work or for whatever he's doing. So that's why we miss each other. Okay. Gotcha, Kebab Seller. Making all the sense in the world now. Well, you're dead asleep while we listen to this, so here you go, wherever you may watch this later. All right. Oh, I love the swimminess of the EP. Brings back old school vibes for me. I love that. It's just a single note melody on the piano. It's not supported being by anything else except for the EP work. Doodle-doo-da, doodle-doo-da. There's a little bit of a Vangelis thing in here. I don't know why I'm feeling it. Anybody else? Very nice, the guitar behind the melody on the piano. I like the straightforward eighth notes on the bass. Ooh, a little Hotel California riffage right there. Is that not anybody? Come on, come in with me on this. Is that so Hotel California-ish? It is the same chord changes pretty much. Nice little soft horn-ish arrangement back there. What a great track. I really enjoyed the how do I say this? It was very inviting in its tone, even though it had that, you know, sample kit there going on there. Melodically, you know, the chord changes that were there were almost the same exact chord changes as a Hotel California kind of vibe, but it doesn't mean just because the chord changes are the same. I know you were probably joking around about, you know, getting the copyright thingy, but it was more the flavor of the lead work that gave me more of the Hotel California vibe than it was the chord changes, you know. But apparently this was going to repeat. So anybody who knows this game, this almost sounds like this would have been a menu. It was very melodic, very laid back and stuff. It didn't seem like it was any part of a game that might have been, you know, part of a chase or aggressive or mysterious or anything like that. It just felt very, very thematic in the fact that maybe it was running in a menu or maybe an end title or something like that. Living it up in the hotel, abalone. Lateral lap, lateral tap. Let's do this, buddy. Yeah, I know, Walsh is really hard on that. He goes to the Walsh on it. I'm sorry, that was just really bad. Lateral tap, is he's here? There he is, how are you? Thank you for hanging out this long. So many of you guys keep hanging out this long. I know they got the tonos dangling out there. It's good to have you here. I hope you had a good week. You're enjoying whatever's coming out there for you for your Happy Aloha Friday. So today we're listening to a band called Other Lives. And the song is All Eyes for Their Love. Other Lives is an indie band from Stillwater, Oklahoma, fronted by Jesse Tabish, who was one of the original members of the All-American Rejects until personal tragedy struck. All Eyes for Their Love is a sweeping, dramatic, cinematic track and is the fourth song from Other Lives' 2020 album, For Their Love. All right, let's do this. It's Friday and you're in Cali. All right. God, this is really unique. God, this sounds great. From an era of this kind of composition, engineering, sound, analog vibe. But is this a re-release or what? It's the original, wow. I love the clunky upright piano tone in the piano. Oh my God, this is so wonderful for me. It's just very nostalgic. This would have been like a slow love scene in Shaft. You guys remember that show in the 70s? Oh, nice change up here. I'm listening to the bass line. So well produced. I'm loving this vibe. They're saying that this was released in 2020, but it feels like it's got just the soul and the butter of the 1970s. Can you hear the wood blocks in a marimba? A muted marimba? I love the sound of that piano. Sounds like my dad's old one in his house, honky-tonky-ish. bass saxophone, adding some unique gooey darkness to it. Lateral Tap, help me out a little bit here. It says it was released on 2020, in 2020, but I don't know if this is the release of this track, which possibly was written 35 years ago or something. It's just a more recent release on, let's say, their band channel. But I got to tell you, if they did this in 2020, they did some over-the-top work making it sound like 1970s in the whole engineering aspect of it, in the performance of it. It just so had such, like, I'm thinking of like striped colors, 60s hairdo, boots up to the knees, acidy, weird kind of vibe to it. And funny enough that you say that it's, you know, that, or some people said the house in the JPEG, in the thumbnail here represents the house that they recorded in. The fact that also the thumbnail looks black and white and everything it is, it actually looks like an album cover. But it was very, very musical, extremely musical. I loved every bit of it. They had timpani in there, they had guitar, they had everything. Yeah, so it is a 2020 song. That's what I'm saying. These guys, whoever decided to produce it this way, did an extraordinary job of, you know, maybe it was, like you said, recorded at this person's house that had a studio since the Last Supper. You know, with an old analog console or something, still went into tape, using old plates and springs and stuff that could be in there for reverbs, you know, to get the authentic sounds, you know, because that to me was, if they pulled this off, if they pulled that sound off in a digital world, these guys are masters. So I love the track. It's swimming in my head right now. It's very nostalgic. You know, I don't know. In my brain, it just started conjuring up times when I used to cruise Ventura Boulevard back in the days as a kid in a smoked out VW bus. That's what I'm saying. Lateral Tap, thanks so much for coming in and dropping that on us. It was a nice little switch up. The next one up is The Driver. The Driver wants us to check out Jacob Banks. The song is Unknown to You. Hailing from the UK, Jacob Banks has made a name for himself, being featured in multiple TV shows and movies such as The Equalizer 2, Kaneko, and Power. His music's also featured in the FIFA soccer video game franchise and Need for Speed Payback. In my opinion, his voice is possibly the most powerful and aggressively soulful voice I've ever heard from a blues artist from the 2010s, and this track certainly helps that claim. All right, let's do this. The Driver, let's agoze.
I believe what I said.
Oh, what a voice. He's only got 5 notes out.
Why does everyone get me wrong? Oof. If I told you different, would it sound the same? Would it make a difference in any way? Oh no. I know I done wrong, I'll pay for it. It's your turn to talk, for once I'm listening. Say that you don't want me, say that you don't need me. Tell me I'm the fool.
Oh my God, what a
Tell
voice.
me you've been tortured, tell me you've been betrayed, and what I've done to you. Even if it doesn't matter.
Very nice string arrangements back there.
Say that you don't want me, say that you don't need me, tell me I'm the fool. Look at all this heartache, what is left?
He's got this beautiful tone that feels like it's coming from just right about here.
Forget it, now it started, this is how it ends. Oh no, I know I done something wrong, I'll pay for it.
And I love how subtle his vibrato is.
But it's your turn to talk, for once I'm listening. Say that you don't want me, say that you don't need me, tell me I'm the fool. Tell me you've been tortured, tell me you've been betrayed, all I've done to you.
And I love how they're treating the drums as a lo-fi kit. Or that percussive arrangement.
Tell me that I'm unknown to you. Oh, 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 oh.
As a matter of fact, the whole mix is warmed up.
Say that you don't want me, say that you don't need me, tell me I'm the fool. Tell me you've been tortured, tell me you've been betrayed, what I've done to you. And even if it doesn't matter what you know.
There's a great high string arrangement back there.
Say that you don't need me, tell me I'm the fool.
It's a single line string arrangement, but it's beautiful.
Tell me that I'm unknown to.
Love the choice for ending the song with that arrangement with the strings back there, subtly pulled back a little bit. You were right, man. What a hell of a voice. Hands down, the best voice I've heard on this stream so far. I mean, in that flavor, in that style, in that emotion, in that power. Just mind-numbing how wonderful the tone of his voice was, and the feeling. We all know. You got to feel it. You feel it. This is something you're feeling. Musically, the chords were really nice and supportive and wide open. There was not a lot of stuff taking any attention away from him in the melody. I would probably think that would be really hard to do. Like if you're writing a song, and you're doing things here and there, it doesn't matter. I think the ear is going to go directly to him as an instrument, as a singer, and you just can't help but feel every word that was coming out of his mouth. I don't know what this track meant as far as to what production, what TV show, or if it was a song or something that had to do with whether it was a song for an individual or part of a game or whatever the case is. All I know is that it was extremely emotionally pulling. And this guy is a phenomenal singer. But I also do like the way they treated the track in the mix. I gave it kind of a lo-fi tone to it, without it being too dusty. And it also left a little room too, because of the tone of his voice and how they did that the strings didn't have to be a big fat section to cut through. So you can hear the nuances of the string arrangements. Of course, my ears will default to that always because I'm always on strings. Strings and needles. It was used in a show that portrayed the relationship between a father and son. Garen, that definitely is the pull. That is definitely the pull and the emotion on it. But it was a phenomenal driver. I'm goobering over it. It was fantastic. Thank you so much. And I hope you're doing well. Happy Aloha Friday to you. I'm almost at my 2-hour break here. I'm going to listen to one more, take another short break, and I'm coming back. So don't you worry about it. Next up is Potatoi. Potatoi. Potatoi? Potatoi. All right. Let's see what we got here. Potatoi wants us to listen to a track. from a game called Reverse 1999. And the name of the song is Goodbye. And the message is, hi! Last time I requested Reverse 1999, if you remember that time, it was a final boss. This time, I want to give you an extended play. Enjoy. So once again, from Potetoi, this is Reverse 1999 OST. The name of the song is Goodbye. Let's go.
When the twilight fades away, the winds howl a wistful tune. Nothing gold can stay. We paint the sky with dusk in the silence of dark. You are my star. At the same crossroad, when the warm days grow cold, leaves are
It's got a shoe bop kind of vibe to it, doesn't it?
the ground. Fire can't burn down my past into ashes by now. As we weave memories of time, stitching. I am yours, you are mine. Remember deeply.
Oh, nice phrasing. Booga-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Of our love.
But this definitely has that 50s shoe bop vibe, doesn't it? But just a lot more.
I
mean, it was just released 4 months ago, so very current production.
I see whispers in your eyes. In the melancholy tropic, we kiss goodbye. You will
I love the sleepy little sax work.
in your eyes. Years are flying by. We can't go back in time. You are my hometown in my mind. Doves fly away. Only the good die young, they say.
I'm just listening to some of the background vocals.
As we weave memories of time, stitching. You and I'll be alright.
So doo-wop, shoe bop, doo-wop.
Remember deeply the last kiss of our love.
Even that line up on the strings there is so.
I see whispers in your eyes.
Patsy Kleinish.
In the melancholy tropic, we kiss goodbye. You will find someone in your life. You will find the love of your life.
What a beautiful song, man. I so love that. But definitely had the doo-wop, shoo-wop, boo-ba-da-boo-bop kind of vibe to it from the 50s. They definitely, whoever composed this at some point was leaning on probably some nostalgic tracks and say, hey, let's write something along the lines of course, they made it sound their own. It's more recently recorded. But the essence and the vibe of it definitely, I don't know why I was getting images of American Graffiti from my head. Just this sounds much cleaner, much better. The dynamics and the arrangements and the composition of the sound, obviously, but very shooby dooby doo bop. Just on a slower vibe. Now, what's really funny is I really didn't pay too much attention to the lyrics, so I'm listening to what the vibe is. But there could have been a completely, distinctly different energy lyrically, which I got, I'm gonna kill you, cut your balls off, yay! You know, and I wouldn't have caught it because I was just listening to the, you know, music, and it could have been one of those little trippy little things going on there. So I'm just saying. All right, guys.